Welcome to Detroit Sports Jersey Media, Sundays from 11 a.m. to noon, broadcasting live from Detroit and stretching to the heart of Central Texas, here on FM 88.1 WHPR with co-hosts Longhorn and the Jersey Girl. Straight sports talk, no professionals here. And now, here's your host that never gets it right, but is never wrong, Will Sims.
All right, welcome to Detroit Sports Jersey Media. I'm your host, Will, with the Longhorn and the Jersey Girl. What time is it, Longhorn? You there, Longhorn? You there, Jersey Girl?
I'm here.
Longhorn, you there?
Game time, prime time. Detroit Sports Jersey Media time. Let's get it on, popcorn.
All right, well, I'm going to let y'all carry the show today. I'm kind of under the weather. I only got a few things that I want to mention that's going on in the sports world, but I'm going to let y'all handle y'all business to get
You're going to let us handle our business?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what's going on.
All right, let's go ahead and get it started.
Let's get it started.
Breaking news coming out today.
You what?
Yeah, I got some breaking news coming out. First, we'll get to the Lions and all that good stuff in just a few minutes. But
ain't nothing good about the Lions.
About Peyton Manning, that he possibly used HGH. What are your thoughts?
He did. Ain't no possibility. He did. Everybody cheating in sports. Let's go. Don't sugarcoat this story. Just because he's Peyton Manning. Come on now. Everybody looking. The older you get, everybody looking for that upper hand to stay in the game longer. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100, as the young folks would say. He did it. I'm saying he did it. I believe. Let me put it like this. I'm not going to say he did. I'm going to say I believe the story.
You believe the story?
Yeah, I believe it.
You know, I don't know. I can't say. I don't know. You don't know anybody these days. You can think that he didn't, but you're right. He probably did.
Oh, damn sports world is a fraud.
Oh, Lord.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
The sports world is not a fraud.
Name one sports they don't do no cheating in. Name one sports they don't do no cheating in.
I'm teasing. I'm being sarcastic. Hockey.
Yeah, okay, right. Yeah, ain't none of them big boys using nothing either. Okay, yeah. Don't believe the hype.
No.
Don't believe the hype, as a Public Enemy used to say. Don't believe the hype.
They're probably the worst users of it because nobody really pays attention that much to hockey. I mean, they do, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? I think that it would probably be not as big a deal in hockey as it would be like it is right now in other sports. Longhorns.
Yeah, I would say, people going to try to give Manning the benefit of the doubt because of his name, And the no-name players who get caught, I'm sure every day or every other day, there's some no-name player on a sports team who get caught using those drugs. You know what I'm saying? But they're not going to mention them because they're not high profile. And everybody's going to give, not everybody, because I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt because of his name and who he is and how long he's been playing in NFL. But he suffered a neck injury in 2011, from neck surgery. So they say that's why he started using it. Allegedly, from Al Jazeera news, that he used this performance enhancing drug to come back from this injury, right? But my thing is this: this is 2015, going on 2016, and
why not let bygones be bygones?
Yeah, and the guy who supposedly, I'm going to come out now and tell what I know. But then he recanted the story to ESPN back in the day when he can't try to come out with the same story about other athletes. But my thing is this: why now? And if you're going to come out blaming me, where's the proof at? You know what I'm saying? Show me some proof. And if I was a radio station and somebody came and he telling me, hey, let me tell you what Will did for performance enhancing drugs in high school in 1979. Are you serious?
Well, first of all, I wasn't in high school in 79, Longhorn.
I know you wasn't, though. I'm just saying that first of all, I'll tell
you
that.
Already graduated high school?
Look, number one, number one, you wasn't in high school in 79, so that'll be a lie right there. And number two, I would say, Where is the proof? Show me the proof. So this guy gonna come out and say this about Manning. My thing to this guy, well, where's the proof at?
Well, Longhorn, let me
Tell
say
what you
one.
heard.
Okay, well, Longhorn, let me say one thing about the name thing. That don't make no difference. Hell, they've been trying to stick Barry Bonds for the longest, and he's a big name and a big profile athlete in Major League Baseball. So the name recognition don't have nothing to do with it. They've been trying to nail Barry Bonds for years and still never
but
came
see-
up with no proof.
I'm not saying the name recognition, but like you said, Barry Bonds. Everybody know who Barry Bonds is. Not everybody, but you know who he is. You know he's a pro baseball player. So, but if you come out and say Joe Snuffy played on a professional team and he got caught using a performance-enhancing drug and he was no starter and he wasn't, he was a third string way down the bench player, it'd be like, oh, okay, Joe Snuffy. Yeah, we ain't gonna run that story because nobody knows who the hell he is. Who cares? Oh, what? Manning? Oh, man, let's run it like wildfire. So that's what I'm saying when I say a name brand player. So if it's Joe Snuffy, who cares?
Well, first of all, Joe Snuffy is going to be the one that snitched because he ain't getting nothing. He ain't getting no money and he ain't getting no playing time. So he going to be the one that dropped. So he going to be the one that dropped the dime. You can believe that.
Joe Snuffy gonna let it all hang out?
Hell yeah, what he got to lose? Like you say, he's a nobody. What he has to lose? He has nothing to lose.
I'm not gonna give him the benefit of the doubt, just like they gave old Steve Armstrong because of his name and because
Lance
of his
Armstrong.
recognition, because what he did in the biking history. All the races he won.
Well-
He couldn't have been him because all the benefits he's done in the charity organization he had. Oh no, and he denied it, and finally came out and said,
Well, first of all,
Yeah, I
Longhorn.
did it.
First of all, Longhorn. Steve Armstrong might be his brother, but Lance Armstrong is the one that got caught. I done told you about these damn names you keep messing up.
I did it on purpose to see if you was paying attention.
No, yeah,
Will.
whatever. It ain't funny
Oh,
to
Lord.
it ain't funny to me. It ain't funny to the people out there.
Oh, it's funny because
Lord.
I was gonna see if you was paying attention.
No.
Anyway,
Oh, my
I'll
goodness.
say,
and
I'll say he did it. I'm going guilty until proven innocent.
I'm gonna believe the story. I'm not gonna, get myself caught up in no legal situation. Say he did because I wasn't there, but I believe the story.
I'll
Legal
give you that.
situation.
I believe the story. Hey, hell, damn whole damn sports world is a fraud. Either they gambling, doing drugs, beating the hell out of their women, drinking, whatever the hell they
everybody,
doing.
brother. Not everybody.
The whole damn sports world is a fraud. Everybody trying to get that upper hand to stay in the league longer, and everybody trying to get that upper hand to be victorious. Hell
What
yeah,
do you
Tom.
think? What do you think? You think your girl Serena ever did performance-enhancing drugs?
I don't know. If it comes out, I wouldn't be shocked. Don't nothing shock me no more these days. Nothing. Nothing.
That is true. Nothing shocks
Don't
me.
nothing shock me no more. If they said she did it, she did it. Whoop-de-doo. I'm not shocked. Would I be surprised? See, being surprised and shocked is two different things. Yeah, I'd be surprised if she done it. Would I be shocked? Hell no. The whole damn sports world is a fraud. They ain't on your side.
There's no natural athletes out there, huh?
I ain't saying. I didn't say everybody. I said the whole sports world itself is a fraud. You got
Okay,
people
so
covering up.
The sports world, or the athletes, or the coaches, the players.
Everybody. If you think about it, everybody could be a fraud.
I'm talking about the people that run it, the organization, the whole damn thing is a fraud.
And my
I'll give
thing
you
is,
that.
you know what? And I agree with you on that point, that it's all a cover-up until I'm not getting my piece of the money. And then I'm going to come out with these tell-all books or come out with these leaking these stories. And, the thing is that one thing that gets me is when they say, well, I just had to clear my conscience. I just couldn't sleep no more at night knowing that this was going on in the organization. But, brother, you was in the organization when it was happening. You didn't say nothing then. That's because the checks was clearing.
Well, see,
Exactly.
it goes to the point. Let me give you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. And I'm taking it off the sports world for a minute, right?
Okay.
All this stuff that jumps off with the police officers out here that's doing all this and doing all that, killing and being corrupt and whatever. But the first statement people always say, and I'm stealing this from Chris Rock. The first statement people always say is, well, it's not everybody. We're some good cops out there. Okay, where the hell are the good cops at when it's time to stand up and tell on their boys? They talking about the no snitch rule in the streets. How about they no snitch rule that they covering up for they boys? Where's
They
these
call it
good
the blue shield.
where's these good cops at then? See, if you covering up for a criminal, you're not no good cop. If you're covering up as a parent for your kids that's going out here robbing and stealing, you're not no good parent. And don't get on the news and tell me he was a good kid. Good kids ain't out here robbing and stealing and carjacking people. Don't hand me that.
Well,
So what
Preach, brother.
So what I'm saying is, when you talk about the whole organization of sports, I'm telling you it's a fraud. They cover up for each other, like you say, Longhorn, and today ain't getting a piece of the pie. But they done seen it all. Like I give you go back to the day. What's that baseball player, Canseco, what the hell is his name, Jose? Yeah. Okay. Well, at least I got the name. I didn't call him Jose Smith. Now, everybody seen this guy. Everybody seen this guy shooting up, and then what was the player that outed him? I forgot his name. He came out. I'm telling y'all, this guy's juicing. Did nobody believe him until he came clean that he was. So I'm telling you right now, the whole organization of sports is a fraud. Is a straight up fraud. Don't y'all believe the hype? Stop buying the jerseys. Hell, what the hell are you buying jerseys for? He ain't gonna be on the team next year. Hell, you buying it? Oh, you gonna say that's a throwback? Get the hell out of here. It's a fraud.
It's a throwback.
Yeah. I don't
But we
understand.
love to talk about the fraud so much.
You say what?
We love to talk about the fraud so much, though.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, don't believe. Don't sit up here and act like these people are in it. Like I try to tell this one guy on social media. If you think these teams care about you, yeah, right, okay. That's why in the world of sports, let's just take the NFL for example. Let's use them for an example. Yeah, okay. They care about you, right? That's why you go out here and buy these $100 jerseys when they doing this cancer promotion thing, a cure for cancer, but they only give $3.60-something out of every 100 that you spend with them. Oh yeah, and Longhorn, you in the military. Let's talk about that. They marching these soldiers out there on the field, telling them, oh, support the troops and this. But yet, instead of doing a community service for the military, they charge the military for this. Come on, don't tell me they care about people. Get the hell out of here.
Well, now some organizations do give back to the community now, in the sports world. Some professional, not some, but majority of professional organizations do give back to the community and try to help people out. So I'm not gonna say they don't care about nobody.
They care about
But
your money.
in the end, it's just a business, and you can get cut just as soon as you can get signed.
Yeah,
As soon as,
you spending
know,
money, they care. Yeah, spend money, they care about you. Yeah. Okay, let your money run out. Okay, yeah. Let's see how much they care about you then.
They're in the wind like Flynn, huh?
Yeah, well, I'll show you how much they care about you. Stop buying them jerseys. Stop buying them $20 hot dogs. They'll show you how much they care about you. Yeah. I'll give you another perfect example. The new Yankee Stadium was built. You done had people in that fan base for years, through generations of family. Oh, guess what? It's gonna cost you $2,500 a year just to say you want this seat. We ain't talking about the tickets of the seat. Oh, you say you can't afford it? Goodbye. We'll move on to the next people in line, because we got a list a mile long. There's people lining up to get these seats. Huh? But they care about you. Yeah, okay, Longhorn. Go sit down somewhere in that $2,500 seat. Oh, that's right. You can't afford it. That's just to say you want that seat.
Hey, you know, money. Was that old song? You say
I
money,
thought,
money.
Will, you weren't feeling good today. You taking the lead right quick.
I'm not feeling good. I'm under the weather. Y'all can't tell?
You seem a little bit more fired up than normal.
I mean, I'm just telling you. Hey, man, I'm telling you something. Though. I'm a hypocrite. I love sports. I love watching football, baseball. I love it all. But I'm not going to sit up here and tell.
I don't think that makes you a hypocrite, though.
But I'm not going to sit up here and tell you that these organizations care about you, because they don't. They don't.
That doesn't make you a hypocrite to tell how you feel in your opinion. That's one thing. That's one great thing about sports. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. So that what makes it great talk about sports.
That is true, but I don't think you're being a hypocrite at all. I think it's more just you see it for what it is, and what it is a business. And as soon as, I mean, and it's capitalism, and so as soon as you get what you need, and it's, you're gonna, you're gonna make as much money as you can. And so if people are gonna pay $20 for a hot dog, oh, I'm gonna see if they'll pay $25 for a hot dog, and they'll pay $25 for a hot dog. But you also understand that as soon as a player, a coach, something is not doing what you want or is causing you to lose money, then that's when, the business side kicks in and you're gone. And so, yeah, they can say that they care about people, but...
Well, I'll tell you one
I
organization...
think sometimes they do, but, nah.
I'll tell you one organization... I'll tell you that one organization ain't worried about...
I know you gonna say it. Don't say it.
Oh, Lord, here he
I'll
goes.
tell you one organization don't care about losing money from the fans. Because if you support a team that goes 0-16 and you sell out every home game, they ain't worried about losing no money down there at Daddy Ford Field. Oh, no. Because y'all going to support that garbage down there no matter what. Y'all do a lot of
your team is in town. You gonna go watch them today?
Man, please. Man, you couldn't pay me to go down there and support that two garbage teams on the field. Now, if the Lions had a winning season, I might have bought a ticket to go to that game. Just to root. I would be actually rooting for the Lions. Yeah, I'm going to go down there.
You'd be rooting for the Lions? You wouldn't be rooting for the Niners?
Man, please. Put a bullet in my head first.
Oh, wow.
Why I'm going to root for that garbage and they got rid of my boy? Huh? Why would I sit there? Why would I sit there and root for that guy? Like I told everybody at the beginning of when they let him go, they was going to be right back in the toilet shaking hands with the Lions, and that's exactly what they doing. Hell, the damn starting quarterback on his way out, and he just re-signed a new contract for $100 and something million last year. He won't be there next year to see that money. He's out of there.
Oh, yeah, he's gone. He's
Kaepernick,
in the ring like Flynn also.
Kaepernick, RG3, they looking in and want ass as we speak.
Oh, yeah.
Where do you think they'll go?
History.
I mean,
where do you think they can go?
I don't know. There's 4 teams interested in RG3 right now. I don't know where the hell Kaepernick going to end up at, but it doesn't matter. He's not a franchise quarterback. He's not worth $120 million. And you know one thing I do give the 49ers credit for, unlike these clowns down here off I-75 and Mac, at least they open up their eyes and realize that this quarterback is not worth all that money. Unlike Stafford and the Lions, they think he deserved that and more. Man, please.
Hey.
I can't wait till he's gone for you.
You can't wait till he's gone for me. You can't wait till he's gone for me.
Who do they get?
What if they bring RG over to the Lions?
I'd rather have him. I'd rather have him and his mom over here quarterbacking than what they got down there now.
You wouldn't want RG, Jersey girl?
No, honey, because we don't have the offensive line to protect him.
Yeah, and you're right. He would be injured. Watch that leg.
I was about to say.
You don't have the organization to recognize talent to go out there to get a talented lineman to block for your quarterback, no matter who's back there.
What about the Eagles? What about old Chip Kelly?
He's out of there too.
Oh, Chip is gone.
He can't even go over there with old Chip because Chip will be gone.
He'll be headed back to college.
Chip is going back to college as we speak. I bet he's packing his bag. He's in talks with probably South Carolina, something like that. And
South Carolina. How about that disaster they got down there at Texas Longhorn? How about that? I can't even say it.
Oh, let's not even get into the
Longhorns.
So mad. Let's not even get into the Longhorns, brother.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about that, huh?
No, I don't want to talk about that like I don't want to talk about the Cowboys.
You want to beat up on every team.
Your boy who running the Cowboys.
You want to beat up on every team.
Either. You know, you're famous. Oh, he's the hype man. He's got a winning spirit down here.
You want to beat up on every team in Detroit, but don't touch no Texas teams, huh?
Hey, I'm not beating up on Detroit. I'm not beating up on Detroit, and I'm not beating up on the Pistons. I'm not beating up on the Tigers because it ain't baseball season yet. So I'm just saying. Okay, what is the talk about the Longhorns?
They suck.
Okay, well that's it.
What's his name? Charlie. You know what?
Cowboys.
Listen here. Let me say
Cowboys, and let's talk about your boy, old Jerry Jones, and his winning spirit, and his winning team, and his winning attitude, but walking the sideline. He's walking that sideline because he was going to replace players because the Dallas Cowboys do what? Say it again one more time. I can't hear you from the back lines. Oh, they suck. All right, moving on.
They need a new quarterback.
First of all, let me go back to the Texas
wait a minute.
Longhorns.
Jersey girl. Will said when they get the old money man down here that they're going to be Super Bowl contenders. Who was that money man you mentioned?
First of all, let me go back to the Texas Longhorn. Let me say this, which ain't everybody scared to say, but I'm going to say it. Charlie Strong should have never took that head coaching position because the good old boys never wanted him down there. Let's say it like it is.
But you know what? It's not the good old boys.
I will give you that.
But the good old boys is not out there on the field whooping up on the Longhorns.
Okay,
the good old boys is not out there.
And neither is Jerry Jones out there on the field. Neither is Jerry Jones out there, but he still had that passion.
We don't want Strong out here, so y'all lay down and get beat down by all these other teams. Look, we ain't gonna go there and say the good old. It's not about what they wanted him down here or not. It's about the team performing. Same thing with Card. Wait a minute. Well, hold on now. As you say, pump your brakes. Same thing with Cardwell came to the Lions. Oh, everybody hollering. He got to prove something. He got to prove something to us. So when they went that 11-5, he proved something. Well, actually, the defense proved something. Same thing with Strong.
So why that can't apply? Why that can't apply?
Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
Why that can't apply to Jerry Jones?
When Strong came here, people were saying he has to prove something. He has to prove something. If Strong first year he would have came here and he would have had a phenomenal record, then the next year they'd have been saying the same thing. Okay, that probably been on the fluke. Same thing with the Lions. That 11-5, that probably was a fluke. But in my case, I was saying the only reason why they're 11-5 is because of the defense. And I say, I bet you what, in the next year, when the defense is not there, you're gonna watch the Lions record. And I'm a Lions fan, and I'm telling you this. And I tell you this.
You long-winded, man. Shut up.
What?
First of all, why that can't apply to Jerry Jones? You saying the players ain't out there on the field playing, but you don't want to use that same theory to the Jerry Jones situation. You want to beat up on Jerry Jones.
No situation.
You want to beat up on Jerry Jones because he has the passion to win.
Jerry Jones is about the passion to make money.
There you go. They
ain't got nothing to do. They don't have nothing to do with winning.
Look, Jersey girl, let me ask you a question.
Go right ahead.
Flat out. Who has more passion to win another Super Bowl than they first Super Bowl? Do you agree or don't agree that Jerry Jones has the passion to win another Super Bowl more than the Lions owners has to win their first one?
I'll agree.
Thank you.
And I'm going to say that just because Jerry has won Super Bowls, and so he wants to go back to that.
Exactly. He wanted some.
Well, you know what? He may want to go back, but looking at the team and their record, I don't see it happening.
Well, obviously it ain't happening this year. I mean,
it ain't gonna happen next year either.
It might. I mean, if the
Romo.
When Johnny Money come down there, when Johnny Money.
Oh Lord.
But listen though, if the NFC East continues to be the crap show that it is right now,
here it is.
Look at last year when Dallas won it. Honestly, do you think that they truly went out and won it, or do you think that they were benefactors of a bad NFC East?
Bad
Again,
NFL.
You're seeing the same thing with the Redskins.
Bad division. A bad division. Look at Washington. They clinched last night. Oh, we 8-7. Yeah, whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. They was. And if they had a loss last night, if they had a loss last night, all the Eagles had to do go out and win their last game, and they would have been in the playoffs at 8-8. That division sucks. The
only great part about that win that I like that Washington, that the Redskins did, was Deshaun Jackson showed the Eagles what they let go. You know what I'm saying? That's the best part about that whole game. In a nutshell with me, was that he came back and he showed them, and matter of fact, he got the person cut who didn't want him on the team. So now he's out. Now he's out as a coach. So that was the best part about that whole game to me. Not the fact that they won and they clinched the NFLC East. It's just the fact that he went out there and he showed house.
We're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, I'm going to show you why the NBA Hall of Fame is a joke. I'm telling you, when we come back from a commercial break, I'm going to show you. Huh?
Did he have the water boy in there in the NBA Hall of Fame now?
When we come back from a commercial break, I done said this 3 times. This is when the engineer's supposed to wake up. I'm gonna, I'm gonna tell y'all why the NBA Hall of Fame is a joke. We'll be back after a word from our sponsor.
Hello, Detroit Sports Jersey listeners. If you would like to be a sponsor of Detroit Sports Jersey, the email address is info@detroitsportsjersey.com. And the phone number is 313-624-7814. We air every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern on FM 88.1 WHPR with live streaming at FM 88.1 WHPR.com. Detroit Sports Jersey offers reasonable sponsorship rates. Detroit Sports Jersey is sponsored by ENO Productions /Fiverr. That's Fiverr. ENO Productions /Fiverr does video production work, and this is where Detroit Sports Jersey goes for video work week after week. Again, that's ENO Productions /Fiverr. That's Fiverr.
All right, welcome back to Detroit Sports Jersey. Host Will Longhorn and the Jersey Girl. We all here holding it down. But check this out. Longhorn, I know you wanted to touch on this concussion situation, right?
Right.
And we're going to touch on that because I just, Hendall just told me he just went and saw the movie, and it was a good movie, which I'm going to go check out too. And we're going to touch on that on a little bit later here in the show. But let me start off with this NBA Hall of Fame situation. Let me tell you why this is a joke. Here go a few.
Because I'm in it.
Here go a few. I'd rather have you in it. Here go a few of the 2016 class Hall of Fame, which will be announced April the 4th at the Final Four in Houston.
Bring them on, Popcorn.
This is just a few names. I ain't get the whole. These names just stood out to me, and I say this right here is why this is a joke and a fraud. Chris Webber, are you serious? Mark Aguirre, seriously, and AI, Allen Iverson. I don't think they should be in the Hall of Fame. Some of y'all agree to disagree. I don't care. I don't think they should be there. Chris Webber, are you serious?
Wow, not the man who's famous for calling timeout when there's no timeouts left in the game.
Come on, are you serious? He's actually on the list. I'm not saying he's going to the Hall of Fame, but he's on the list. It's a joke to me.
He's a nominee.
And I love Chris Webber as a basketball player. Don't get me wrong. Loved him at Michigan, Country Day, all that, NBA. But he's no Hall of Fame player. I'm sorry.
Now that's fine. I can kind of say yeah to Weber, but cannot say yeah to AI. And I know your criteria.
Bill said, "Where's his ring?"
No to AI. You can't, because again, if it's just on criteria, again, you're gonna have Darko in there before you're gonna have AI.
But Darko don't have the numbers. I see. You don't know my criteria, because my criteria is numbers and ring, not just a ring. Not just a ring, or not just the numbers. You need them both.
Oh, Lord. Hey, what about old Shaq? He's on the list.
He's got rings, my man.
But he's got rings.
And he got numbers.
And he got the numbers also.
So he's good.
In my eye, yes. And he was a dominant player also. Yes.
So if he never got the rings, would you put him on a list with numbers?
Nope. Just like I would take Patrick Ewing out. Just like I would take Dominique Wilkins out. They would. If I was the head of the NBA Hall of Fame, y'all missing the point here.
What's the point, brother?
Especially with these young players today and stuff. See, if you make them work hard, make them not tank the season like they doing in Philly every year, they would want to put their career up on another pedestal or where they standing out with the great ones. I can't see you sitting up here, you talking about Dr. J, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Wilt, and here come Chris Webber. Seriously? This is what
But
you
know,
gonna. This is
but
what you gonna hand
you
me.
know a name I'm glad that they have on as a candidate? Cheryl Swoops.
You know, I'll accept her. She has rings.
It's about time.
You know,
Yeah.
but this is what you bring it to me after all of these great players. Great, not good, but great players. You handed me a plate with Chris Webber name on it? Seriously? Mark Aguirre, are you serious?
What about Marv Albert? He's on the list. Why you laughing, brother? He's on the list, man. Marv Albert. Come on now.
And so is Tom Izzo, and I have no problem with that. A great announcer. Marv Albert is a great announcer. I would give him that. I love listening to him.
What about old Ming? Ming is on the list.
Who?
Ming.
I'm
not gonna pronounce his first name.
You talking about
Y-A-O. Yao Ming?
Yao?
Yao Ming?
Yao Ming. There you go. Yao Ming.
No. He was injured prominent. He played a few seasons. No.
He's on the list.
Well,
what
he
about
should be
Maurice
off the
Cheeks,
list.
brother?
How can y'all sit up here and
Mo Cheeks is still crying somewhere, so let's leave him alone.
why? How could y'all
Well,
actually
at
sit
least,
up
and
here?
if he's on the list, maybe wipe the chairs away.
Now, Mo Cheeks was a good player. Now, come on now.
Oh yeah, now hey, I say you can put him on the list.
And he got a
The
ring.
guy was rough.
He got a ring.
And he got the numbers.
So yeah, I can't take Mo Cheeks. But see, why would you guys in the sports world out there want to go? Like, let's take Philadelphia situation. Why would you want to keep paying to see that garbage out there on the floor, and then you tell me that you got a Hall of Fame player on the team? You don't have no Hall of Fame player on this team.
Okay, I just received a tweet from one of my followers, and they said, how is Marv Albert, a convicted sexual deviant, being considered for the Hall of Fame?
See, don't even go there.
Convicted sexual deviant.
Because there's a lot of people who've been convicted of things, I'm sure, that are in the Hall of Fame, especially in the Football Hall of Fame, but in both.
I mean,
End of that conversation.
No, because she is too. No, because she's right about that. Cause we can start with the NFL. You right. One name stands out to me, and that's Lawrence Taylor. That's Lawrence Taylor. He's convicted child molester.
Child molester.
And
he raped girls. He raped little girls.
And a rapist. So she got a point there.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
But if you look at the rules for eligibility to go into the Hall of Fame, there's nothing on there about you can't have no criminal background. You know, there's nothing on there about no criminal background record, not passing that test. It's basically about eligibility by being retired from the sports. And they got different categories for announcers and referees, and of course players. But there's nothing on there about you got to have so many rings. There's nothing about how many points you got to have, or anything about background checks.
That's why it's a fraud. You need rings with the numbers. I'm sorry. If you consider yourself one of the great ones out here, and you as a franchise player, I'm sorry.
But what if you're what if you just have bad luck and you're just on a bad team?
Bad luck.
But you're still amazing.
That's when you need to speak up like my man Michael Jordan. Surround me with players, with good players, so I can bring us home a ring. He finally spoke up when he realized he couldn't do it by himself. Huh?
I tell you what players might get rings. The players that went from the Lions that now they're playing with the Patriots. They might get a ring this year.
Oh, Adrian Waddle and his come up.
Oh yeah, I was telling Bill last week. It's amazing how Detroit loses players, but when they get on other teams, they flourish. But once again, it's about the system that they're in with the Detroit teams.
Hell, Cliff
when they go on the
Avery
other
left here
team,
and got a ring.
and it blends in with their style of play and their system.
Well, hell, Cliff Avery left here and got a ring with Seattle.
Yes, he did.
True.
Cliff Averill, the defensive tackle. He left here, Detroit.
And got a ring with
Seattle. And almost had another one. With the dumb coach.
You would have gave your boy the Beast the ball.
We gave Beast Mode the ball.
Exactly.
Well, before we go on, I like to give I like to have your opinion on Tiger Woods. I know we don't talk about golf much on the show, but I'm sure there's some golf listeners. A lot of pro players, baseball, basketball, football included, say they relaxed doing playing golf. Tiger Woods, he's ranked 416th in the world.
Okay, deservingly. Hell, he ain't played. So what? Let's move on.
I was about to say, yeah.
What you want to rank him number one?
Since what? 2008, 2009.
You know what? Golf is not an easy sport. I tried the driving range. That's all I've ever done, the driving range and putt. But I heard you went out there, Bill, and dug some holes on the golf course one time.
Oh man, I went to the Ronald. Went to this Ronald
I
McDonald.
They said you were digging graves out there.
Man, I went to this Ronald McDonald charity event, right? And they called themselves putting some clubs in my hand. Man, that was a joke, man. They couldn't get me off of that course fast enough.
I know. Golf is hard.
They couldn't get first of all, I didn't have no golf attire.
What you wearing, bro? You have some jeans?
I had on a T-shirt, some track pants, and some gym shoes.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Hey, you know what they were saying, Will?
What?
Who let this caddy on this court? Who let the caddy out here on this field?
Now, what I did have fun doing, see, I'm tell you what, let me break the story down. This guy I know that plays golf very well. I had gave him my spot. He didn't show up in time. Of course, we always late except for drinks before 11. But anyway, he didn't show up on time. So to make the teams even, I had to go out there and play. It was, a charity event. So it's like, they say, well, it's no big deal. Don't worry about, they all, don't worry. I'm telling y'all, I can't play. Go, oh, don't worry about it. Man, I got up there and started.
They saw you digging grass.
I started up that grass. I mean, I'm swinging grass, flying up in the air, ball still on the tee. Then when I hit the ball, it went sideways towards the golf cart. It was an ugly situation till the guy finally showed up. But after he showed up, I had fun actually just driving around the course on the golf cart, drinking beer and eating hot dogs. I was cool with that.
That's the fun part about golf.
Yeah,
that's the fun part.
Yeah.
But golf is hard. Golf is very hard.
It is.
So,
yes.
It's a lot of strategy in golf.
Hey, let me go back to the Seattle situation before you thought I was going to just skip over this, Longhorn.
The Seattle situation? There's no situation.
Oh.
Those guys aren't going anywhere. How's that for a situation?
They in the playoffs. What are you talking about? I remember at the beginning of the year, they ain't going to make the playoffs. They're in.
They're in.
I remember saying that.
Y'all, yeah, I know you don't. Wait a minute. I'm going to give you some more fuzzy numbers. And by the way, Longhorn, they didn't sneak in or needed any help. They flat out won and got in.
They got in, but I think they got in. They got in.
Let me give you some amazing
I don't know if
numbers
you want to
here.
face them right now.
Let me give you some amazing numbers with Russell Wilson. Last 5 games, 1,400 yards, 19 TDs, and no interception. How does that grab you by the throat, Longhorn?
How is this? How is this? They are not going to win the Super Bowl. How is that grabbing you by the throat?
Now you don't win. Now you don't win from they ain't get to the playoffs. You don't win from they ain't get to the playoffs. They ain't gonna win the Super Bowl. Make up your mind. Which one you gonna stick with?
How's this? You can mark it down, and everybody out there listening land can say mark it down. The Longhorn said the Seahawks, which I call the Sea Turkeys, are not going to win the Super Bowl. I don't care if they have 500 beast modes and 5,000 Wilsons back there quarterbacking. They're not going to win the Super Bowl. Now put that in your pipe and smoke it.
All right, I'm gonna smoke it on this break. I'm gonna smoke it on this break. We about to take another break, and when we come back, I want to get off into this movie. You seen it yet, Jersey Girl? Concussion with Will Smith.
Concussion? No, not yet.
Longhorn, you seen it?
No, I'm going to check it out.
All right, but
I'm going to check it out this weekend.
All right, we're gonna.
I would like to touch on it though.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on that subject when we come back from with a word from our sponsors. We'll be back. Detroit Sports Jersey Media, 88.1 WHPR.
Hello, Detroit Sports Jersey listeners. If you would like to be a sponsor of Detroit Sports Jersey, the email address is info@detroitsportsjersey.com. And the phone number is 313-624-7814. We air every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern on FM 88.1 WHPR with live streaming at FM 88.1 WHPR.com. Detroit Sports Jersey offers reasonable sponsorship rates. Detroit Sports Jersey is sponsored by ENO Productions /Fiverr. That's Fiverr. ENO Production/Fiverr does video production work, and this is where Detroit Sports Jersey goes for video work week after week. Again, that's ENO Productions/Fiverr. That's Fiverr.
Boom. Welcome back to Detroit Sports Jersey Media. All right, Longhorn and the Jersey Girl. We got this movie out called Concussion, which the NFL did not want to be released. They didn't want the truth out. But once again, y'all want to tell me they care about the people. They don't even care about the damn players. They care about you. They tried to shut this movie down. It was actually a true story. The doctor, I think he's over from Africa. Don't know his name right off the top of my head, but this is a true story. And they tried to shut him down from telling the truth about actually what's going on in the NFL and these concussions with these players that makes them suicidal, makes them depressed, and so
Right,
on,
right.
and so on and so on. I want to get y'all opinion on ladies first, Jersey Girl.
Oh, why, thank you. It's so nice of you.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen it yet. I don't know if I'll see it. I might see it. I don't know. I mean, it's a lot of research, and I think that it's advanced in the years. And I think it's good that they're actually starting to slightly address some of the concussion issues. But I think one thing that I always come back to in the concussion era, since they've been more focused on it, is the fact that, yes, you do play football and you should kind of understand. I mean, have they ever not looked at boxers and seen, the repeated blows and things like that and how that damages them as they get older? I mean, it's kind of the same thing. So, while I understand and I'm glad that they are taking more precautions to be safer, I also have to put some of it back on the player and think, what did you think was going to happen when you signed up to play football? So that's part of it. But overall, I'm glad that they're at least, making sure that they're trying to do something to make it a little bit safer. Also, though, I do like how it was released on Christmas Day when really not a lot of people were paying attention and things like that. And I think if they really, truly wanted to make something out of it, that they would have done it like the day after Thanksgiving or something like that. So that's my 2 cents. What do you guys think?
Longhorn.
Well, I was going to say, like you say, when you talk about boxing, I think the reason why boxing is not so much in the limelight as far as concussion and brain injuries is because you only have 2 people in there. So you don't have a whole lot of people in the ring getting punched in the head. So when you hear about a boxer who may have died from an injury to the head or serious brain injury later on in life, it's only one person. So
Hey, Longhorn.
and if you don't really follow in boxing that much, and boxing is on the tailspin down as far as the sports world goes, not like it used to be back in the day when you used to watch boxing like, hey, I can't wait to see this fight on television. So it's part of what's not in the limelight. But as far as the NFL goes, I think, just like Will says, this concussion thing has been going on since the days of when they used to wear leather helmets, back in the day. I'm happy that they're now trying to bring some light to this issue of concussions in football, and they're changing the rules. So when they bring a player out, they have a person who's an expert in that field of concussions and head injury, brain injuries, and they can set that person down for a play or two. So I'm happy. But my thing is this. For parents who have kids who's playing football and sports, you have to realize, number one, football is a contact sport. So, of course, they got different things out there now helping coaches train them how to tackle correctly without using their head first. But football is a contact sport, and things are going to happen. What the parents need to know is they need to talk to the coaches and the teams of these little teams or high school teams, college teams, whatever, and find out what's their protocol for when their team players do get a head injury. What's the emergency? What are they going to do? So they need to talk to them, and the players need to be educated too, because you can't have no player out there like Will said about these coming out and going to the NFL, and they get knocked out and say, hey, brother, you all right? You good? And they're thinking in their mind, Well, I can't tell them I'm feeling woozy because they're gonna put me out the game, maybe affect my contract next year, my draft position. So they gotta be real too and say, look, man, I don't know where I'm at, and this shit, excuse me, beep that out, and this hurts. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Well, I don't think Longhorn that later on you don't talk about boxing, how they'll die, because recently here, was it last week, the week before last, we had a boxer from Dearborn, just died in his very first fight. He collapsed.
Oh yeah, he kind of stepped up and then just died, right?
Yeah,
I think he got in the ring and then died.
And he was a young buck too, so it ain't all about when they get older, Longhorn, taking them beatings in the head. Sometimes it can happen immediately.
Yeah, but they could get those injuries though in just sparring.
But this is true.
But because it's only 2 people in the ring, if somebody does die in the ring, or say they don't die in the ring, but they get a head injury or concussion, we're not going to hear, Longhorn, the heavyweight champion of the world, is not going to fight next month because he has a concussion. It's going to be, the Longhorn's not fighting next month because he's still doing some training or whatever. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, some of the injuries do be reported. I don't know, can't speak on that. But let me tell you one thing, what I feel about all these contact sports. That's the main key right there, contact.
Right,
now,
contact.
Outside to me of the NFL legalizing helmet-to-helmet contact, I don't see what really much else they can do. What else could they do? I mean, it's a contact sport.
I'm with you. You
I
can't
think
do
what
too
they're
much.
doing right now, like how they're having the players take off plays and really doing a thorough evaluation and things like that. I think that's probably another thing that they're doing.
After the fact, though,
but like you said, outside of that,
but Jersey
there's
girl,
really nothing else.
Jersey girl, that's after the fact that you done got hit in the head.
But before the fact, it deals
but
with
you can't
education.
really do anything before the fact unless you teach them how to tackle properly.
That's my point. Outside of the helmet-to-helmet contact, and the protocol of taking them out after they done seen them get hit in the head and fall back down, there's really nothing the NFL could do.
Well, my thing is this: there's nothing they can do like before the hit. You can't go out there and freeze frame and go out there and move players around like the Matrix and just he's gonna go head to head. Let's move his head to the left or to the right. But before the fact, it has to do with education. We're getting more educated, and the public getting more educated about these concussions and how they happen, that they can speak on it now. That people have a little more knowledge of, we need to do this to prevent it. Because back in the day, you get knocked down, hey, are you hurt or are you injured? The coach would ask me, well, what's the difference, coach? Well, if you're hurt, then you're just going to, you can shake it off and come back in. If you're injured, we got to pull you out the game. So my pride would say, oh, coach, I'm just hurt a little bit. I can shake it off. I'll come back in.
Well, see, Longhorn.
Because you want to be out there in the gridiron.
See, Longhorn, you want to talk about the education part of it. Let me tell you, just wake your eyes up and, school you on a little something about this.
School me, brother.
They been knew about this. They've been covering it
up. I know. We know they cover up. Just like you said at the beginning of the show about sports or fraud. We know they cover up. And you know why they cover up? The almighty dollar.
Exactly. Why you think they tried to shut this doctor down from revealing all of this? They wanted
they tried to blackball this guy.
Yeah, they wanted to cover it up again, and we in 2015, which he done his research before. He done his research and everything before 2015, but they still wanted to cover it up.
And you know what? I would urge everyone who's going to see this movie to check out the doctor and his history and actually read everything he went through and how the NFL really tried to shut him down. Because this movie, it talks a little bit about it, but it doesn't go deeper into detail on how he's telling the story, because you can't tell it all in this movie's time frame. But now, just like you say, it's coming out more.
Well, if you can go, he was on Outside the Line a couple of Sundays ago. If you can pull that up, you can see his interview on there, why he went in detail about
Right.
exactly what went down through his findings and this and how they tried, because they actually had the doctor there, him talking to him,
Yeah, I know.
and he
Yeah,
actually
but
went in
and
depth.
when you talk about the money part of it, now here's a question to both you and Jersey Girl. Do you think they're doing all this extra stuff now to protect the players, or are they doing it because they don't want to be sued, or they figure, well, if we don't do this, then we're gonna lose money?
They doing it to protect
I
the
think that
product.
they're doing everything now so that they won't get sued in the coming years.
They trying to protect the product, and the product
Exactly.
is that, and the product is that shield of the NFL. It's as simple as that. It's that shield. And that's what they trying to protect. They ain't give a damn about the fans or the players. Because if they cared about the players, they wouldn't have been trying to cover it up. If anything, they should have been reaching out to the doctor and asked him, what can we do? What can you give us some insight on how can we stop this, instead of trying to shut him down and destroy him?
Mhm.
And you know what, another thing I always get at, in a room when you have a conference full of people, there had to be somebody back in the day when they brought this thing up the first time. There had to be at least, I'm praying that there was at least one owner in there with a conscience who maybe have brought this up and say, you know what, this guy, he may have a point. I think we look deeper into this, and if our
I'm sure
team,
there were.
I know,
I'm sure
but
there were. And what
there were, but they
people
probably
do
got shot down, right?
They
No.
got shot down and
not
told
shot
them
down, literally like shot, but like what they call that peer
Yeah,
pressure,
'cause
like.
what they do is they get people who are going to say what they want to say. And so if, say, they got, like, all these neurosurgeons and stuff like that in to talk about it, and one said, if, like, three of them say, yeah, this is going to lead to terrible things, and then the fourth one says, well, there are other factors, there are other things around, they're going to get that one who doesn't believe or doesn't say what the other three are saying. Because in the end, it's all, well, not in the end, but part of it is that it's all science. And science, there's different angles and aspects to some of it. And so I think that they're going to get the one that's going to say what they want them to say.
Oh yeah, yes,
Yeah,
man.
they're gonna get the one that tweaks it in their favor, of course.
All right, well, we'll touch more on this one after all of us done checked out the movie, because I'm most definitely going to go check it out. And I think maybe Will Smith might be winning an award for this, according to the people out there.
Excellent actor.
Let me ask y'all a question. We just had Christmas, was this Friday?
Yep.
Let me get y'all thought on this. I know y'all don't like this guy or whatever. Y'all got something personal against him. But do y'all agree with what Charles Barkley said, that he thinks Christmas is a big waste of money?
I'll agree.
You know what?
I mean, I won't say it's like a big waste of money, but I'll just say this, you shouldn't go broke to do everything that you need to do for Christmas. You shouldn't.
Got that right.
I mean, bottom line, that's it. You shouldn't go broke to do what you need to do for Christmas.
Let me tell you. Go. I'm sorry.
As your kids get older and as things happen and things like that, then, you can let them know and tell them more about it and things like that. But you shouldn't go into debt over Christmas. You should spend within your limits.
But
And,
shouldn't you spend nothing? Because the Christmas ain't about gifts, it's about Jesus' birthday. Shouldn't you spend nothing? Huh? Shouldn't you just spend nothing?
Hey, why don't we go back to the homemade gifts or get the construction paper and make you a Christmas card?
Let's tell the
Why
truth.
not?
Let's tell the truth. Shouldn't we spend nothing? Shouldn't we not be camping outside these stores, fighting to get the latest, the cheapest TV? Shouldn't we just be spending nothing?
I'll
Well,
tell you
then
one
it's
way.
the second thing. That's why Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. Because all you're doing is just sitting down, you're eating, you're thankful for what you got. That's what I like.
Yeah, then
Thanksgiving
next
for.
day on Black Friday, they out there knocking each other out at the store. Yeah, they don't
And
sit.
that's just,
Yeah, they don't sit
it's-
down here and think shoot, they thank God I'm this, and I got this, and next day you out there clubbing somebody over the head over a damn PlayStation.
Well, my
No,
favorite
that's
holiday is
awful.
Halloween.
But here's the other thing, too. Again, it goes back to that money thing. If people are going to do it, you're going to open your doors earlier. You're
My
going to have
favorite-
those door busters so that you can make more money.
My
That's what
favorite,
it's all about.
my favorite holiday is June the 1st. That's when God sent me down here to school everybody.
Lord. Lord.
Lord have mercy. I tell you a way to save some money on Christmas gifts. Give presents throughout the year and tell people this is for your Christmas. So don't expect nothing in December. So you buy something for somebody in April, say this is your Christmas gift. That's what you do, Jersey girl. I'm trying to tell you.
All right, we about to move on to our big dummies for the week. Y'all ready for y'all big dummies?
I got my big dummy.
All right,
Big
hit
dummy.
it and
Bring it
down.
on, popcorn.
All right, ladies first, Jersey girl. Who's your big dummy for the week?
Kurt, you like that? Cousins. Last night, the Redskins did win the NFC East. However, there was a questionable play towards the end of the half where he decided to take a knee and kept the clock running instead of just spiking the ball and going for it on 2nd and goal. Kirk Cousins, you are my big dummy.
Hit it and down. Longhorn, who's your big dummy?
All right. I got a lot of, I don't want to call them big dummies, but there's some people who cannot drive. And I do not understand how when the traffic is slow, why is the fast lane the slowest lane on traffic when the traffic is slow? I don't understand that. So all those people who go in the fast lane and drive going 10 miles an hour, you guys need to take driving lessons. So if the shoe fits, you the big dummy this week. So get out of the fast lane.
All right, here go my big dummy for the week. Of course, everybody know the mistake that Steve Harvey made in the Miss Universe announcement, right? No. Steve Harvey ain't my big dummy. It's the people that took this so seriously. Like he started war or something.
Exactly.
You know, are you serious? I mean, the 20 people that was watching the show, it didn't bother them. So why is it bothering you? Who the hell watched Miss Universe anyway? You know,
I know I did.
so all these people out here that was calling him a dummy, the N-word, he should be fired and blah, 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 blah. Man, get a life. Like you never, ever in your life made a mistake. See the difference between his and yours?
But the thing that made me laugh was the fact that I'm like, come on now, you know Ricky Smiley and D.L. Hughley and Cedric the Entertainer are clowning him on the inside. On the outside, they got to show support, but you know they were clowning.
The man made a mistake, though. Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they took this so serious, like life and the world's about to come to an end.
Just
right?
Just look at me when I said Steve Armstrong. That was just a slip of the words. Everybody knows Lance Armstrong.
But see, you say stuff like that every week, Longhorn. So please don't compare yourself to Steve Harvey. Don't do that. Don't see Longhorn. Now you gonna be my big dummy of the week. Don't do that. don't embarrass yourself like that. That's my big dummy for the week. All the people that criticize Steve Harvey, like they never made a mistake in their life. Hell, I make one mistake at least every day in my life.
Gosh, I made like 5.
At least one.
And that's
I got at least one.
Hey, I'm gonna go with this old phrase. Ye without sin throw the first stone.
And then you know what killed me so bad? It's our own people, man, that want him destroyed and, you know, bring him down. I just don't get that, man. Like, I'm listening to this other radio station here in Detroit, and they was bringing that subject up, right? And then one of the guys, I say the station, hell, who cares? 107.5. Y'all know the crew in the morning. And one of the guys gonna say, he's like, yeah, did you see that? What happened with Steve Harvey last night? Oh man, we don't talk about Steve Harvey. The guy was like, for real? You're like, yeah, he's nobody. Like, wow, for real?
What?
You know, you that mad at this man's success? You know, now I done heard Steve Harvey could be a MF behind closed doors. I don't know how true that is, but hell, what star and athlete or whatever ain't got that little cockiness to them? Huh?
Exactly.
Come on now.
There's plenty.
But anyway, that's my big dummy for the week. All the people out here that, went off on my boy Steve. Yeah. And to my boy Sylvester, who's gonna be down at the Fox New Year's Eve. I think I might be headed down there. That's R. Kelly to all you common oaths out there.
Sylvester, you mother.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord. Don't be down there screaming like a 13-year-old high school girl either.
Boy, but it be some honeys down at his concert, though, boy. I'm telling you. Anyway, let me stop before I get in trouble. Y'all say y'all final words before we get up out of here.
Go ahead, Jersey girl.
Woohoo! New Year's Eve is bowl week coming up, so I'm looking forward to some good bowl games. Watching them on my couch, all hungover and
40
stuff.
bowl games.
Have a
40
good bowl
bowl
week,
games.
everybody. Last home game for the Lions. Good
Hopefully-
luck with that.
Hopefully for Stafford, too.
Oh,
Go ahead,
goodness.
Longhorn.
Game time, prime time, Detroit Sports Media time. Detroit Sports Jersey Media time, and I'm gone.
All right, I want to wish everybody
Woo!
happy New Year's. Hope you have great success in 2016. And please do not drink and drive. Drink
Call
and
Uber,
sit.
y'all.
Drink and
Don't
sit
do
down
it.
somewhere. Don't drink and drive. Happy New Year's from Detroit Sports Jersey Media, Longhorn Jersey Girl, Haley. I'm Will. We out of here into 2000. See you next year.
Mwah!
Thank you, listeners from Detroit to Central Texas, for joining us here live on Detroit Sports Jersey Media with your host, Will Sims, and co-host, Longhorn and the Jersey Girl, every Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, right here on FM 88.1 WHPR. Visit us at DetroitSportsJersey.com. Straight sports talk. No professionals here. Have a great week.